Yeah, they were shooting right outside the studio on one occasion when Olive was. The shot was Olive getting off the bus and going to the family planning clinic. Of course, that was a great story there with our bus getting mixed up with the London Transport bus. And there was a crowd of people waiting for the LT bus. And it pulled up behind our bus. This is right outside the studio gates. So of course all the crowd run up to get on their London Transport bus, and the driver realised he wasn't at the proper stop, pulled round our bus, and they all come running back. Of course quite a crowd had gathered to watch the shooting. Of course it was quite a laugh, actually, funnier than the take they were actually doing.
Yeah.
But 3 or 4 streets away, I could remember where I think it was Olive and Arthur, 2 or 3. Trying to think of the name of the road, but I wouldn't know, would I?
No, I've got the names of the road.
And then turn around Betty's house, which again was about 5 or 6 streets along from the studio. And that caused quite a stir because that's where they demolished the bus stop. And there's this great line where Reg pulls up in his bus. Of course, there's the Andria Lawrence character. Of course, she's got 3 pairs of knickers hanging out on her line, and that's the signal that her husband's out. And
they swap colours.
He says, and she's only got 3 pairs, says the conductor.
Do you know those knickers change position when you look at the film? Continuity is very bad, isn't it? She's hanging up the black one at the end, and suddenly when they do a close-up, the black one's found its way to the middle or something like that. Sorry, I digress.
I can remember an interview with Stuart Allen where he took an episode of the TV show on the buses to the American channels, and the episode they chosen was where Stan buys a new loo.
That's right. Yeah.
And to get it home, they load it onto the bus. So of course, as people are getting on and off the bus, so they're confronted with this loo, and of course then Blakey sees it on the bus, etc. But it was the wrong, and they didn't find it funny. It was the wrong episode, really, that they took to the American companies, and they didn't get a chance to take another, because shows like Are You Being Served was really popular in the US. They liked the sort of camp humour of John Inman, and also Benny Hill was very popular in America. He went down quite well with his kind of humour.
Yeah, it probably just was the wrong episode, because a lot of on the buses is slapstick, is sort of traditional funny stuff. People taking the mickey out of one another.
Yeah,
but mostly European market, I would thought that was quite acceptable. Germans like to laugh at things in a great way, and French are cheeky about women. So I would have thought that generally in Europe it did very well, because it's
they never got the chance really to push another episode to the American companies.
For Holiday on the Buses, unfortunately, we weren't working here anymore. We'd left to go to Pastors New. But of the 3 films, I think it's probably one of the funniest. Has the funniest little elements of slapstick in it. Every time I see the exploding toilet and the drains going up, it's just great. I mean, and things like that. And because it was kind of different, because they'd set it away from the usual surrounding the bus station and things like that, I think it had more of appeal, believe it or not. It is possible, if they'd done another one, number 4, it might have been just as good as Holiday on the Buses, but by then I don't think it made quite so much money as the rest, and maybe that side of humour and the fact that so many people were doing spin-offs of TV shows on the big screen, maybe it had its day by then.